What's going on, everyone? I'm just an average American here today to react and learn about 10 Norwegian concepts I should know. And I'm assuming this is kind of referring to 10 Norwegian cultural ideas that I should be aware of. Things that are not very obvious that you would probably have to hear from someone who lives in Norway to understand properly. And I really like the idea of learning about that. I don't want to know just the obvious facts about, oh, Norway did this, this, and this. I'm very interested in these Norwegian concepts about the people and culture and things that you really wouldn't understand unless you lived in Norway. I think that's some of the most interesting stuff. So with that being said, let's check it out.
I wanted to make a video for all of you Norway enthusiasts out there who are either thinking about
that's me.
Traveling to Norway, moving to Norway, just want to understand a little bit more about Norwegian culture.
Yes, perfect.
And these 10 concepts are essential for understanding Norwegian culture and life.
Okay.
Concept number 1 is fellesferien.
Fellesferien. Fellesferien. Fellesferien.
Fellesferien is a time period in July where absolutely everyone, in quotes, has a summer holiday.
What? A time period in July where everyone has a holiday? Like from work? Everyone gets off? How long is this? How long is this vacation?
So it's basically the time of year when everyone at the same time takes time off, and it's...
Wait, doesn't all of Norway shut down then? Who's running everything? But no, this actually sounds super cool. Is it just a celebration of summer? Or what is this a celebration of, or why? Why do this?
Pretty much impossible to get a doctor's appointment in that period of time.
Yeah.
It's impossible to get anything with government done or any sort of paperwork filed because...
Wait, yeah. America doesn't have too much stuff that's like this because there's always going to be someone open doing something. We'd never shut down the whole country. But is this true? Does everyone in Norway, pretty much everyone, get off of work? And you just kind of know that during this time, you shouldn't expect to interact with any businesses or anything. That's very interesting.
Pretty much everyone has traveled off to warmer countries and on holiday, and almost every single office in the country is empty.
Wow, that's amazing. But I do wonder why, is this just something that's been around forever, this holiday, every year, or does it have a history to it?
Concept number 2 is...
Hold on. What was this called? Fellesferien. Fellesferien. Fellesferien? Norway. Fellesferie? Norwegian tradition. The workforce leaves the cities and goes on a extended vacation. It means collective leave period or general holiday. Wow. This is just a holiday? This is just vacation? Just to have a holiday. This is like everyone just agreed, hey, we're all gonna get off work and go travel somewhere nice. Is everyone on board? And everyone's like, yeah, sounds good. Wow, I'm jealous. That's awesome.
And on holiday, and almost every single office in the country is empty. Concept
Wow.
number 2 is called the NRK-license. Now,
NRK-license?
a license is something that you pay in other countries as well. Just is called the NRK-license. Now, a license is something that you pay in other countries as well. Just get used to hearing the expression NRK-license.
NRK-license. NRK-license.
Because Norwegians bitch about it all the time. It is essentially a fee that you pay to have access to the state channels.
Huh? I'm still a little confused here. A fee of money you pay to have access to state channels? What do you mean by state channels?
That are supposed to be free, but then you have to pay a little extra license to either own a radio, a TV, or actually internet access as well. Because you...
What? What? Really? You have to own a license to have a radio or TV or internet? Is this true? Is this just how it's always been? This is a concept that does not exist in America in any way, so I'm not familiar with this. But if it's just like a small fee, there's already taxes and stuff. It probably doesn't matter too much at the end of the day. It's just like a minor annoyance or something.
You can access the channels online. It costs approximately £250 or about, let's see, $428 a year.
That's kind of annoying. 400 bucks?
Concept number 3 is actually multiple things. We have loot.
Or is this to get access to the government state channels on your radio or on your computer? It's not a license necessarily for to own a radio, but it's a license to get this broadcasting channel on your radio? I think that's probably more accurate from what I can understand.
Lutefisk, we have smaller dollars a year. Concept number 3 is actually multiple things. We have lutefisk,
Lutefisk,
we have smaller hove,
smala hava,
we have pinnekjøtt, and we have
pinnekjøtt.
ribbe. These are all
Ogrebe.
food concepts that you get around Christmas time or around certain areas of Norway.
Wait, Christmas food? Oh, Americans love Christmas food. Don't get me. Now you got my attention.
Food concepts that you get. We have smaller hove, we have pinnekjøtt, and we have ribbe. These are all food concepts that you get around Christmas time or around certain areas of Norway. Smaller hove is probably the most disgusting one, which is a full sheep's head, which is cooked and served, and you're supposed to eat all of the meat off the head.
What? Sheep. Guys, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Sheep's head? We're eating a sheep's head for Christmas? What's going on? I thought Norway was a nice place. I thought it sounded great. And now we're eating sheep's heads for Christmas. I don't know. It's probably some tradition. It's probably not as bad as I think, but that's about the furthest from American eating you could possibly get.
And if you're really lucky, you get to eat the eye. I would recommend people try this. Maybe not eat the eye.
The eye? Americans just don't eat animal organs. So I should say that. So Americans are not comfortable or familiar with eating animal heads, organs, anything like that. We're very set in our ways with what meats we eat.
The first time, cheeks actually taste just the same as any other kind of sheep's meat. So, Concept number 4 is fylla, and specifically
fylla.
Helgefylla.
Oh.
Concept number 4 is fylla, and specifically helgefylla.
Helgefylla.
I bet all the Norwegians out there are laughing now because I'm going to say now. Norwegians just love to get drunk on the weekends.
What's helgfylla? Does it have to do with getting drunk?
Fylla basically means getting pissed, going
okay.
out, getting drunk.
It's like, what am I saying? What does this mean?
Everything that comes with it, the taxi rides, the vomiting, the kebabs, everything. And especially...
Okay. Wait, Norwegians love getting drunk on the weekend and eating kebabs? Okay. Alright, cool.
Helgefylla, which means weekend, getting drunk. I have good word for it.
Okay. Getting drunk on the weekend. Helgefylla. Or what? Okay.
Concept number 5 is...
That has its own term. It's so important. Has its own word. That's funny.
Grandiosa. Now you
Grandiosa.
might be asking yourself, why am I saying Italian words? Well, I am, but I'm not. Because grandiosa is probably the most famous and definitely the most purchased frozen pizza in all of Norway.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, yeah. Americans are obsessed with frozen pizza. So, Grandfilla or Grandiosa? Okay, I don't care what this pizza's called. I bet Americans would love it.
Definitely the most purchased frozen pizza in all of Norway.
Okay.
It's very weird, and I don't know how this...
Is it, like, super popular? Like, everyone knows what this is? Everyone gets these when they get a pizza?
happened, but this culture for frozen pizzas on the weekends has blossomed in Norway. And
Oh, huh. Well, Americans will make a frozen pizza whenever. Every day of the week if they want. But yeah, I could see where like a frozen pizza on the weekend, this delicious brand or whatever. I get it.
And
Okay.
people just, it's a religious thing for them.
Yeah.
Not my favorite.
I like this. Oh, this might be my favorite one, frozen pizza.
But I do understand why people sort of fall into the ease of buying frozen pizzas. So Grandiosa, you will hear that.
Yeah,
Concept
okay.
number 6 is Vinmonopolet.
Vinmonopolet.
Vinmonopolet is the same as Systembolaget in Sweden. It is a shop that basically only sells alcohol.
Oh, it's a liquor shop. Somewhere that sells alcohol. This has to do with how Norwegians love to drink and get drunk and eat kebabs on the weekend. So you gotta have your alcohol shops too. Okay.
Because we have very strict alcohol laws in Norway, you're not allowed to sell alcohol above a certain percentage in the shops. This shop is only open from 10 to 6 every weekday and from 10 to...
Oh, this is a specialty shop. Yeah, America has we love our alcohol as well. And we make it very easy to get it. You can get it in grocery store, you can get alcohol wherever. Like so many places you can get beer and alcohol. It's no problem in America. Almost always available. So that's fun. That's a difference between America and Norway. So this exists for Norwegians to get a hold of more specialty alcohol during certain hours of the day because of laws. Okay, I get it.
to 3, I think it is, every Saturday, and it is shut on Sundays. Concept number 7 is
Okay.
called Søndagsstengt.
Søndagsstengt.
So basically means that shops that are over a certain amount of square meters are not allowed to be open on Sundays.
What? What? Shops that are too big aren't allowed to be open? Wouldn't those be some of the biggest stores? Wouldn't you want those to be open? Because they're probably really successful? And why would... This is so strange to me. I've never heard of this. Why would you make somewhere be closed on Sunday just based on how big it is?
So basically means that you can have 7-Elevens, you can have gas stations, you can have little shops. They are allowed to be open, but like big supermarkets and stuff have to be shut on Sundays.
Why? Why? Is this just a tradition, or is there a reason for it? That's very weird to me. Man, I'd be so annoyed if in America... Our shops are huge, by the way, Walmart. Americans love Walmart, and they're the size of a town, basically. All right, not really, but they're huge, massive. And if they were closed on Sunday, there would be riots. Americans would go crazy. So this is a major difference. This is a humongous difference between America and Norway.
It's a pain in the ass.
It's also good to know, because if you went to Norway and you didn't know this would be very important. A bunch of shops would be closed, and you'd be confused. You wouldn't know it's coming. You need to kind of plan. You have to do all your stuff before Sunday, because on Sunday you're not going to be able to get into certain places.
And I think that it should be abolished.
She thinks it should be taken away. I agree, honestly.
Concept number 8 is Grand Prix, and it is basically
Grand Prix. We would say Grand Prix, like racing.
the Norwegian common known name for what is usually named Eurovision Song Contest.
Eurovision Song Contest. I feel like I've heard of this. It's just a singing competition in Europe, kind of like America, where we have American Idol and America's Got Talent, just like a reality singing contest, except this is a huge deal.
I bet a lot of you watching have already heard about the Eurovision Song Contest, but for those of you who haven't, in America, Asia, other countries,
Yeah.
it is basically all of the countries that are willing to compete in a song contest in Europe come together and sing really terrible songs, and then all the countries vote on each other's songs and the winner is declared.
What? Is this a big deal? I'm surprised I've never really heard of this. Americans don't know about this at all. Why isn't America invited? Hey, I just realized. It's only Europeans. Aw, man. But, I feel like Americans, I don't know if Americans would watch this on TV. It sounds kind of cool. I don't know.
And the winning nation has to host the following year.
Huh.
Concept number 9 is midnattssol.
Midnattssol.
Midnattssol is something that you only find in certain times of the year, and you only find it in certain areas of the country. You have to get far enough north
What is it? Is it a food?
for the sun to never actually set in the summer. So actually, in some parts of Norway,
Wait, what? It's when you get so far north, the sun doesn't set?
the sun is of the country. You have to get far enough north for the sun to never actually set in the summer.
What?
So actually, in some parts of Norway, in the summer, there is never nighttime. And finally,
What? I've never heard of this. I didn't know that was possible. That's amazing. What? I've never heard of that. There's places where the sun never goes down? Is that real? Am I getting pranked? I mean, that's incredible if that's true. I've never heard of that ever on Earth.
concept number 10 is brunost.
Brunost.
Brunost is a staple in Norwegian food, and every single Norwegian person you talk to will know what it is, and most people will love it.
Okay, it sounds good. She's built it up.
It is a caramelized whey cheese that is created by cooking the milk and the sugar caramelizing or something like that.
Huh. A caramelized cheese. Well, Americans do like cheese. Americans just like food. Except when it's a goat's head. So I'm thinking Americans would enjoy this, like a fancy cheese that's been cooked. Yeah, okay, Americans would probably like this.
I'm not going to pretend that I know how to make cheese because I don't. It is excellent on a really good fresh slice of bread with some butter or maybe even a little bit of strawberry or raspberry jam. It is so good.
Okay.
So these are the 10 concepts that I think is definitely necessary to know about Norway if you want to learn a little bit more about the culture. If you know about an inherently Norwegian concept that I haven't mentioned in
Well, I think that's it.
Norway, please give me a thumbs up. And if
Oh, I'll give you a thumbs up. I enjoyed that. Ingeborg Elizabeth, I give you a like. That was very cool. Very interesting. And like I thought, just things you would never know unless you lived in Norway or had a Norwegian, who she also happens to speak incredibly good English, amazing, and Norwegian, explain it to me in a way I can understand. So that was really cool. I mean, most of this stuff, oh man, a lot of different foods. I'm taking a look at the list here, back on the video. Oh yeah, the Sunday. I think maybe the strangest thing here was how certain stores are closed on Sunday. That Americans do that with liquor stores on Sunday in certain states, not everywhere. But to have a lot amount of stores closed. Oh, and that vacation as well that everyone takes in July every year, where everyone goes out of the country. I have never heard of that. That's crazy. It's also super cool, super interesting that, and it's just another thing that Norway does, I think, for why it has such a high level of happiness in their citizens. High happiness and high health and lifestyle is because of cool stuff like that, going on vacation. These were fascinating. Some of the foods were kind of scaring me a little, but it was all extremely interesting and extremely enlightening. Gives me a much better idea of Norway culture, things like that, that I otherwise would never have heard about ever. So I really enjoyed that. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Norway, Norwegian culture, and stuff I've never seen, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.